This is Bishop Craig in Lansing, and this is take one for the week of the 24th of July. Peace be with you. I hope you're well. We are looking forward to a quiet week, all three of us, I think. In fact, Pastor Anderson is going to take this week off and get a little bit of vacation. So she will be away through next Tuesday. So if you have need, please call the office and leave a message for me, and I will get back to you. Pastor Sprang, he keeps plugging away, and he will be preaching at Trinity in Kalamazoo on the 31st. And I, this week, basically have Synod staff on Wednesday morning and a gathering of our delegation for the church-wide assembly Wednesday evening. And I had hoped to spend most of the month of July, working from my cabin. And so I'm going to spend the month of July working from my cabin this week. So I will be up north and very excited about doing that. So that's what the week looks like for the three of us. If you're recognizing any of the appointments over my shoulder, you will recognize that I am making this Take One video from our new office. And you should have received, those of you who are signed up for Synod news, should have received an email Monday morning telling you all about the Synod office. So I don't need to repeat that. The reading for Sunday, the 31st, is one of my favorite parables. It's the parable of the barns, the rich fool, who says whose crops produce, and so he's going to build larger barns and store up his crops and say to himself, eat, you rest, take it easy. You have stuff stored up for many years, and God says to him, "You fool, this very night your life is demanded of you, and the things you have prepared, whose will they be?" And I always say when I preach on this parable, we think that God is saying, "You fool, this night I am demanding your life of you." And the text does not say that. The text says, "You fool, this night your life is being demanded of you." And so I have come to think that the one doing the demanding, is not God. Because I don't believe God decides today's the day we're taking your life. I believe that what's demanding the rich man's life is the stuff he has stored up in his barns. Because isn't that the way money and possession works? We spend our lives trying to get it. Then once we have it, we need to protect it. And then we want to work not to lose it. So whether we don't have money or trying to get it, or are trying to get money and trying to protect it and not lose it, money demands our lives. And so if I was preaching on Sunday, you would get a stewardship sermon that does not ask you for any money, but basically says the only way we can disempower the power of mammon, the stuff stored up in our barns, is to give it away. To earn money, yes, to live, but not to have, but to give it away. And so that's what I would preach about. Or I would notice that in the reading, the man says to Jesus, "Teacher, tell my brother to split the family inheritance with me." And Jesus' response is, "Friend, who made me a judge or an arbiter over you?" And I like Jesus' reaction, because if Jesus is reluctant to become a judge over others, Jesus is reluctant to become a judge over others, how much more we should be reluctant to be the judge over others. Now, yes, there are roles in life where we are entrusted with authority to be judge over others. But we seem to be living in a time where everyone thinks they get to judge everything. Everyone thinks they get to judge everyone else for everything. And that's just not right. So I think we need to, if following Jesus' example, who didn't judge us. What did Jesus say on the cross? Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Jesus did not judge us. Jesus loved us and received us, and on the cross reconciled with us, and in the resurrection raised us to new life. If Jesus is reluctant to judge, how much more reluctant we should be. So that might be another fun thing to preach about. But I am not preaching, and so I commend all the preachers out there to preach good news. Either Jesus delivers us from our barns by empowering us to give our stuff away for the sake of the gospel, or Jesus doesn't judge us, so we don't need to judge others. That's what I am thinking. And so preach well and listen even better. This is Bishop Craig. Take care. The peace of Christ be with you always.